Hello, everyone. I'm Nathaniel Bott here with Stephen Olshansky, the State News football writers, here to preview MSU's upcoming road contest against Illinois. Both teams sit at 2-6 overall in the year. Illinois does have one Big Ten win. Spartans still winless in the Big Ten, looking to snap a 6-game losing streak. Mark D'Antonio announced that Tyler O'Connor is going to be the starter heading into Illinois after Brian Lewerke out for the season with a leg injury. What do you think of that decision?
I think definitely O'Connor's been the better of the two out of him and Terry. I think if you look at just their overall with completion percentage. I mean, Terry hasn't had this, maybe as big of a game, measurements as O'Connor has, a litmus test in a sense. I do think Tyler O'Connor was the stronger of the two going into the season before we really know who Brian Lewerke was, and I think it's probably the right choice at this point. He's still the most experienced guy. He's been, I think, the better of the two through the many games they've played in so far. So I think he delivers more of a threat through the air than he would on the ground, obviously. But I think if they probably won't need to pass as much. I think with Illinois' rush defense not being that good, which is something you'll talk about. But so I think he's still a better choice for sure.
Yeah, you talk about the Illinois rush defense, 13th in the Big Ten, towards the bottom nationally, and you got L.J. Scott. The sophomore exploded for 139, a touchdown against the top-ranked defense. He should be able to keep that kind of hot streak going. D'Antonio should go with the hot hand here, and that's Scott. They should be able to have a big day. When you look at MSU defensively, they improved definitely in the second half against Michigan, but you look at Michigan in the first half, 5 drives, 5 scores. What's got to change there?
I think it's Michigan's offense was that good. I think they've been that powerful, but on the defensive side, those injuries still, linebacker, I still think they're still feeling them even like 8 weeks in with even these guys. They're still young, and I think what needs to change is they still can't get any sacks, and that's always got to be the key point, is whether or not they can make the quarterback hit the ground, and they haven't been able to do that. And I don't think, the secondary, they're giving the younger guys a shot, which is good, and they need to. And I think as they develop and get more comfortable, they'll step up and play. I mean, Kari Willis has probably been the best of the young guys, I think. And so defensively, they just got to play, just better, I guess, against the man-on-man, really. I mean, there's nothing really to it. Their defense, was better against Michigan. I think they need to, keep regrouping whenever they can and just, get on the pass attack more, because that's what they did against Michigan, and it turned about in their favor. I mean, if it wasn't for Darbo's just good athletic ability, I think they don't make some of those catches. So,
well, the third down defense still a struggle. They still rank, I think, they're past 100 nationally, so they got to definitely improve in that regard. When you look at Illinois on offense, Jeff George Jr. is probably going to be the starter. He's a redshirt freshman. He started the last 2. But Wes Lunt, who's one of the better quarterbacks actually in the Big Ten, in my opinion, but he's been hurt for about a month. He is questionable. It's going to depend a lot on whether or not he can play, because Lunt can do a lot more, especially throwing the football, and he's got some scramble ability. George more kind of a stay-in-the-pocket type of guy. Illinois, they're dealing with injuries on the offensive end. Malik Turner, the leading receiver, he's questionable as well. So I think a lot's going to depend on whether or not Illinois has those guys. But once again, they've been kind of middle ground in offense, kind of lower tier in the Big Ten in defense. So the Spartans should be able to squeak out a victory here. My prediction is probably MSU. I'll go MSU 22 or 24, Illinois 13.
I would have to say maybe Michigan State puts probably about right in that range, maybe 27-14 at the most. I can't see either one of them being the shootout again, but Michigan State too has not been what everybody's predicted. So we've picked them a couple of times the last 6 weeks. So they've. I mean, would it surprise me if they got upset? A little bit, but at this point, it's almost not surprising either. So,
I mean, this team came out with a little bit of confidence against Michigan. I think they're probably taking a little bit of confidence to Illinois from their performance against Michigan, only losing by 9. I know it's no moral victories and whatnot, but I mean, they had to be somewhat impressed with how they performed against them. So look for the Spartans to come out starting ground and pound on defense, pressuring the quarterback. We'll see if they can actually get some turnovers or some sacks. But for the State News, Nathaniel Bott, Stephen Olshansky, make sure you follow us on Twitter at @thesnooze_sports and follow our live blog during the game on statenews.com.